can imagine you also didn't imagine it was going to make it to the Oscars, right?
Oh my God, I didn't think I was gonna make it to be a movie.
Sara, it was a really nice dress you had at the Oscars. It was really beautiful.
Oh, thanks. Usually I wear, like sweatshirts and t-shirts all the time, so I was kind of nervous, but it was fun to dress up.
I want to know, that dog that you draw there is your
that one.
Actual dog that is living, or the one that you write or base the...
Oh, the one that, hang on, let's see. This is the one I had. Can you see?
The one that inspired the novel.
Robot.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's like a little reflection. But she was a Dalmatian. She was, black and white.
He's so
And this is the one that I have now.
Okay.
And she's in another book.
We have our dog here too.
Berenjena.
Oh,
Look, we're gonna show
Berenjena.
her to you. Her name is Berenjena, which in English means eggplant.
I love that. Schnauzer.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh wait, I'm gonna take a screenshot. I have a friend who she rescues schnauzers.
Oh, really?
So cute.
Yeah.
She's actually a rescued dog. So,
Oh, that's nice.
yeah.
All right, there we go. I did it.
Great.
Thanks.
Okay. So we're ready. We have 7 questions that we already prepared and we wanted to ask you. So if you're fine with it, I'm gonna start with the first one. Robot Dreams was published in 2007 and it won a whole lot of awards. But does making it a movie ever cross your mind? How did you feel when they first approached to you about making it real?
I didn't think of, I just made it. Nobody's thinking about the next thing, I don't think, when they're making it, when making something. I didn't, when you make books, people approach you not often, but sometimes. So I didn't really expect, when I talked to Pablo, I didn't expect anything to come of it. Though you get the English word is option. And a lot of times your book will get optioned. And so they, like the movie studio or somebody or like a performance company they have the option to make it into something, but usually they don't make it into anything. So I expected nothing. So this is amazing, yeah.
Thank you.
So yeah, actually, like Pablo Berger took your amazing graphic novel and managed to make it an amazing movie with it.
Yeah.
So, and he actually has mentioned that of all the movies he's made, Robot Dreams is the one closest to his dream movie while starting his career. So we're curious to know if you feel like you have achieved that dream in your career.
Oh. What? I think my favorite book, I think, is a book called New Shoes. That was in terms of book making, that was my favorite one to make, I think. Although Robot Dreams was fun too. It was like my first long book, I didn't know what I was doing. Yeah, I don't know what my dream is now. My dream has always been, I love making products and stuff. And so I've always loved like dolls and figurines and stuff. So my dream, it was always to have dolls of something. So I feel like maybe this is maybe I could have dolls. Like this is it's so popular that that would be my dream. For there to be robot and dog dolls. So yeah, I guess maybe I could achieve that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Amazing.
Absolutely.
That's super cool. We hope that you get that dream come true.
Oh.
And also, in the next question is, we know that you gave total freedom to Pablo, but did you have any particular requests in terms of story, characters, or even the lack of dialogue?
No, like I said, wasn't really expecting much. So I didn't really think much about it, but he did say that it was going to be 2D. So I felt like when he talked about that and he talked about the movies he liked and what he was, going to reference, I had faith that he wasn't going to make something awful,
No, he makes something beautiful, really. He's gorgeous.
So
he really, I couldn't have hoped for anything better. Really.
Yeah, I can imagine you also didn't imagine it was going to make it to the Oscars, right?
Oh my God, I didn't think I was gonna make it to be a movie. But he sent me like a trailer. They spent like a year making like a 1-minute trailer, I think, to get funding. And so when I saw that, I was like, oh, it's really gonna be a movie. And also it had, it had the Earth, Wind, and Fire song in it. So then I was like, oh, they really have like a budget. It's like a real thing.
Yeah.
That I knew after that, when I saw that trailer.
And talking about the song, the September by Earth, Wind and Fire, the skating sequence establishes the song as the movie's theme. When you were making the graphic novel, was there any particular song that came to your mind for the characters?
Oh, yeah, that Pablo asked me that because there's music in the book, but I don't really know. I don't remember. It was so long ago what I was listening to. I feel like whatever it was not Earth, Wind, and Fire. I mean, like when I'm working, it's, I love that choice, but it's not, I'm not I'm pretty quiet and calm. So whatever I was listening to, I'm sure I was listening to something while I was working, but it was probably like quiet electronic music, I didn't have it like, he talked about the idea of like a pair of friends having, or like a couple having like a special song, and there was no song that I felt like was theirs when I was making it.
Does the song now has a different meaning to you?
Like
my
it
gosh,
has
of course, yeah.
for all of us.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
We used to dance that song a lot, like in weddings and parties, and now
Yeah.
every time it sounds like, oh,
Yeah.
dog, robot, no.
It makes me cry every time.
Yeah.
Oh,
But in a good way, because it's also a very happy song. But
yeah.
the memories of the film is just, I don't know.
Yeah, and that roller skating sequence is amazing.
Yeah,
like it's so
amazing.
fun.
It's
terrific.
Yeah.
So, was there any particular scene or moment in the story that really moved you and made you really emotional, or even made you cry?
Oh, in the movie, definitely the scene at the very end, which I feel like that's what everybody would say, where the robot is like running after the dog. It's like super heartbreaking. Right, yeah.
Yeah, I can tell you that in the room where we watched it, like a lot of people were silent because they didn't want anyone to look at them that they were crying. Even a girl, like, she really just ran away because she didn't want anyone to look at her. Yeah, it made us all really emotional.
Oh, yeah, he did an amazing job. Like the music, like everything, and the framing, and yeah, it was so good.
We have another question that you have said that perhaps friendship is your team as an artist that will stick to you through your life. Was there any particular friendship that you appreciated a lot and inspired you to create this story? Perhaps you have the dog that you tell in the story that when your dog died and you show us a picture, it inspired you to do this kind of novel, but perhaps there was a friendship that you miss or that you cherish?
I didn't really think about it when I made it. I just decided that I was going to make a story about, I just knew that they weren't going to get back together, and I was kind of like writing the story as I was drawing it. So didn't know how they were not going to get back together, but I knew that's where I was going, and that's just how it happened. That's how it came out.
And actually talking about that, is there like, I don't know, like a side or an alternate ending where dog and robot actually end up together?
Oh my gosh, I did. I was at a screening. It was like a kid screening, and this little girl, she was probably 8, came up and she said, "Are they gonna get together in the next movie?" And I was like, "No, there is no next movie." And then she said, "Are they gonna get together in the next movie?" And I was like, "Oh my god, I'm such a jerk! I can't believe I said no." So I said yes. But she just kept asking if they were gonna get back together. Is there an alternate ending? I don't know. I think did you guys talk to Pablo? I think he had this imaginary Robot Dreams 2 where the two couples get together for like a holiday meal or something like that, and it's like a Woody Allen movie. I mean, it's not that he's gonna make it. That was just what his kind of joke. What would happen if there was Robot Dreams 2?
Wow.
Maybe in a short film.
Yeah, maybe a short film. Yeah.
Just to give closure and like hopes to the little girl that wanted like the second part.
Do it for her.
Yeah.
Do it for the girl. Yeah, so actually Robot Dreams is a story about relationships, time, and knowing when or how to let go. So, can you tell us more about the moment when you had to let go of the story and pass it to Pablo? Like, not that it wasn't gonna be your story anymore, but you know, like you were giving it in a way to someone else. So, how did you manage to?
I finished it so long ago that it wasn't really an issue. Like, a funny thing about making books is, I don't know how it works in other places, but in the United States, you finish your book and you turn it in to the publisher, and it comes out years after you turn it in, maybe a year and a half. So like you're really excited when you finish it, but by the time it comes out, you are like totally onto something else. So, I mean, and also then on top of that, I probably made it in 2005, so it's 20 years old. So I really to be honest, I hadn't even like thought of the story or read the story in like 10 years, you know, when he talked to me about it. So I was like, oh, that old thing, you know? So, yeah, I didn't really have that much of it was fine. It wasn't like a big thing to give it away.
Yeah, it wasn't hard.
If you
yeah,
were
and also I had really liked him. So, you know, if we had, I did have, I mean, I think I said it in some to other people, but there was maybe in like 2010 or something, there was a company called Blue Sky that makes animation, and they had talked to me about it, and I really didn't like their stuff. Sorry, Blue Sky people. I didn't like their style. It was 3D. But also it would have been a lot of money, so I was like, I guess so, you know, but I wasn't excited about what they would have made, and I wasn't sad that they didn't make anything out of it. Sorry if they're listening. But I connected with Pablo in our meeting, and we liked the same thing, so I felt like I wasn't worried.
Okay.
Great.
Yeah.
So, if you were to write the story right now, like 19 years after you actually draw it and write it, what would you change now with all the experience you have gotten from these last 19 years?
I would, I think the drawings could be a little bit better. The one thing I did was I did some concept art for Pablo, and he gave me a chance to update the characters. One thing, there's an anteater. Well, yeah, there's anteaters in the movie, but in the book they're really different. I had never seen an anteater before, and now I have seen an anteater. My husband is from Guyana, so they have anteaters there, and they don't look anything. The book anteaters don't look anything like the real anteaters, and also the real anteaters live in a hot place, which I think I didn't know. They would never be in the snow. The other thing was I realized I was doing a talk with students. I was just like talking about my work. And I think in like 2007 or something, I got a digital camera, which like changed everything. And then all of a sudden my backgrounds got better because in my drawings, because I could take reference pictures, you know? But like when I look at Robot Dreams, there's like no backgrounds because I didn't, you know, if you have something to look at, you can fill in, it's easier to make something up. So maybe I would have better backgrounds, I think.
I've got a personal question that perhaps most of us will have. Why didn't Doug swim to rescue Robot?
Oh! Wait, why he could have swum?
Yeah, like the rabbits.
Yeah.
Oh. Because I don't know. I didn't think of it. And also they were never gonna get back together. So, yeah.
There's a whole debate on social media, at least here in Mexico, that Doug could have tried harder to get back to Robot.
That's really funny. Yeah, I remember when the book came out, a lot of people thought the dog was really a jerk. So I didn't I didn't want the dog to seem like a jerk. I wanted it to seem like, you know, something happened that he couldn't change, but I guess he could have really enjoyed it.
So out of, you know, like Doug's personality and Robot's personality, which personality of both of them you think it matches your personality?
Oh, me? I mean, I think all of my characters are me in all my books, or I'm all of my characters in all my books. But I think if in the story, I think if it were me and my dog, I think I would be the dog, and my dog would be the robot.
Oh. And when you see for the first time the film, did you have any thoughts or what was in your mind when you finally saw it?
Well, when I saw that 1 minute trailer, I was like blown away by how awesome it was. When I saw the movie for the first time, I saw it at Toronto Film Festival. Pablo didn't send me the screener because I think he didn't want me to see it on like a little screen. So I saw it in Toronto, and it felt like the first time it felt really personal. Like I felt really like exposed or something. But then after that, I was like, oh, it's not my project anymore. Like I didn't, it's like really, it makes you feel, I think, vulnerable to like have a story out there like that, but it's not my story anymore. And then after I realized I was like, it's not my project anymore, then I could like really enjoy it and watch it without somehow feeling self-conscious. And then I've seen it like a number of times, and like it's so good and it's so fun to watch. But the first time it was weird to see it.
So now with this experience, do you think you'd be like open, I don't know, like maybe you being the producer of some other of your novels, like to make them a movie?
Oh, you know what? Something that it was so interesting to me was like I do everything pretty much by myself. So like I'm like okay at a couple of things. But it was cool to see like what a team of people who are all really good at one thing can make together. And so that made me like the guy who did backgrounds like is amazing, or like the people who did backgrounds, like I could never draw like that. Those are amazing. And like the people who did the sound and like the music person, like every single person was so good at what they did. And then you could go so much further. So that seems really cool. Like it seems cool to work on a project with a group of people.
So anybody got any other question?
No, I think that's it. Sara.
Yeah, we don't want to take that much of your time. Thank you a lot for joining us here in this Zoom. And
Sure.
It was a pleasure to meet you. Like we really enjoyed Robot Dreams. We were rooting for it at the Oscars.
Oh.
But yeah, I think you made an amazing story, and we're so glad we got the chance to read the novel and to see the movie. I think it's gonna stuck with us like for the rest of our lives.
Very long time.
September is not gonna be the same.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's like amazing that so many people responded to it. That's sort of mind blowing. And now I see like fan art and like I can't believe all these things that people made. They're like people were inspired to make. So that's pretty cool. Ooh, speaking of things, is that I see some bags and a notebook.
Yeah, those are some
It's
tote
tote
bags that the distributor here in Mexico got made.
Yeah,
They also made this notebook. It's a notebook.
We have stickers. We have
And a
that's so
postcard.
fun. Okay, it hasn't come out here yet, so I hope that the American distributor makes cool stuff too. Yeah, it comes out in May. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Okay.
But it's May
That's
31st.
weird.
Yeah.
That's super weird. We thought that we were late in the distribution, and you're telling us that in USA they haven't shown it?
No, it's done. It's played at film festivals, but I don't know why they held it back so long. It seems like they should have capitalized on the Oscars and had it come out in like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, like maybe they wanted to have more. Yeah, like more
Exposure.
people, more exposure. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, like.
Yeah, we are
Yeah.
super fans. It's because it's super cool, this story, and we really appreciate that you take out your time for telling us this kind of insight you have. But
Yeah.
for me, it's crazy that they haven't seen it because it's a terrific movie.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. We'll see what happens. I hope people like it when it comes out. So.
And hopefully we get to see more of your work, maybe in a short film, animated film. I
Oh
don't know.
yeah.
Maybe
Real Bad Dreams too. Yeah. And
Yeah,
thanks for having me
something
on.
like that. But it was really nice talking to you. Thank you for taking your time. And now hopefully we can see you soon.
Thanks. It was
Thank
nice
you
talking
so
to you.
much.
Bye. Bye, puppy.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you so much. You're amazing.